Today on the channel, we're climbing mountains. Rattlesnake Mountain with the Walmart exclusive Masters of the WWE Universe Rattlesnake ring. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue some Masters of the WWE Universe unboxings. And we got something a little special today. The Masters of the WWE Universe Rattlesnake ring Walmart exclusive. So let's give a little history before we unbox and talk about this bad boy. As you guys know, WWE Masters of the Universe figures exclusive to Walmart. Go way back to the start of this line. We had a ring very similar to this. It was the Gray Skull ring. And it had John Cena and Triple H in that ring. Where this one has Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan. I'd say a lot more popular characters in this ring. But you go back to that first ring, and there was... it flooded the market, really, at the end of the day. I saw that ring down to $5 at many stores. There was almost every Walmart got a pallet or a half pallet of these, and they pegged warm like crazy. At the same time, there was the traditional ring without the figures on the market as well. It was just totally ring overkill, and it was even during the holiday season and after the holidays. It just did not sell well. For whatever reason, it was truly a flop. So then, I'm sure this was already in the works to be made. They sent these out and they decided to make this a Walmart online only exclusive, not sold in stores. Very strange. There was a lot of question marks on that one. Was that really going to be the case? Were these not going to go to the stores, especially with the holidays approaching? As these released, I want to say it was October, November time frame of 2020. There was a lot of question marks that how could these not be in the stores for the holiday? That's the time to sell something like this. But I never heard, nor did I ever see these in the stores. So they were truly a Walmart only exclusive, online only, I should say, which makes these extremely valuable, extremely hard to find right now. I don't even want to look on eBay at what these are worth. I did pick up two of these at $50 a pop. Like I said, I got the other ring for $5. $50 for this I had to pay, and I bought two of them. One to keep in the package, one to open up that we're going to do today. But like I said, I bet you if I go to eBay right now, I bet these are selling for a heck of a lot more than $50 a pop. Time will be interesting with this one too, because online only is really strange, and I don't think that would have been the original plan. I just wonder if there's pallets and pallets of these sitting somewhere, and if one day, maybe, you know, next holiday season or any time now, will we see these show up at like a Big Lots or a Marshall's or a Ross or a TJ Maxx? I almost feel like that would be the case, but I don't know. As of right now, very hard to find, very hard to get, gonna cost you some money, but the future is really unclear. This is one of those items that I could see really getting dumped to Big Lots or one of those type places in the future. But a lot of the people out there, myself included, thought the same thing about that Harley Race flashback set from the Mattel Elite line that was a Walmart exclusive. We figured, well, before you know it, those will be at Big Lots, Ross's, and stuff, and it really never happened outside of in Canada. A few little discount retailers got a few cases of them that have went out and about, but I don't know, time will be interesting to this one. As of right now, a very expensive piece. And one thing I don't like about this set is, it's a phenomenal looking set. It pops off the shelf with the purple and everything compared to the old one. There's a lot more color in this one. But the other one had John Cena and Triple H. Nothing against those two, but I think for the average Joe out there, the star power of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan is better than those two. I think long-term Masters of the Universe fans probably can relate to the Hulk Hogan and Austin more than they can to the more modern-day Triple H, John Cena. Not all of them, but as a whole. So that's one thing I see about this set. I think this set would have flown off the shelves at a lot better clip than the prior ring. But one gripe I have, I feel like putting Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold in this pack and not the traditional regular set was a huge mistake. If I was doing this from Mattel, I would have probably put like maybe Stone Cold and Seth Rollins and saved Hogan for the regular set. I just think putting two classic characters like this in this set was a mistake. You should have had a modern day and maybe a classic guy. Keep Hogan or Austin in here plus a Seth Rollins. I think that would have fit well. Take Seth Rollins out of that Series 4 set, replace him with one of these two, and I think you're cooking with some fire right there if that happens. As of right now, it's making these two figures very hard to get, and these are two figures everybody wants in their WWE Masters of the Universe line. That being said, we've seen the Macho Man made a couple times, Ultimate Warrior made a couple of times. I have to think in series, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there, we're going to get another Hulk Hogan. We're going to get another Steve Austin. There's too much money on the table for that. If they have the likenesses and they're able to do that, they will do that. So I do foresee that into the future. So if you haven't got these, I wouldn't give up hope that you won't get one of these characters one of these days soon. So that lays the groundwork a little bit. We're going to look at the packaging, then I'm going to open this thing up, and then we're going to talk about it, and we'll even compare it to the Gray Skull ring a little bit. But let's look at the packaging first. Like I said, I love the purple. It just pops on this thing. You got the Masters WWE logo right there. I love the snakes, the rattlesnakes on the ring post. A cool touch. As a kid growing up in the 80s, you guys know I had Rattlesnake Mountain. I had Castle Grayskull. I had all the He-Man universe stuff. So it's got a little nods to the past, the coloring. Very, very, very cool, I think. Then there's the glamour shot of it there. You got the artwork there, which the artwork for these are phenomenal. Love the artwork. And then just like Cena and Triple H in the last ring, we got Hogan and Austin in the same type of packaging, same type of pose, just hanging out up top there. Very cool. Those snakes just really bring it back to the old days for me. Let's see, does it say anything on the front here? Stone Cold Stomping Grounds, Rattlesnake Mountain Ring. Highly articulated for power posing. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the unpredictable bionic redneck Hulk Hogan, the immortal herald of Hulkamania. Very, very cool. Like that a lot. And then you got the top there, you got them squaring off. The match everybody wanted to see that nobody ever got to. There's same thing there. You got the Masters of the WWE logo, rattlesnake ring right there. And then that leads us to the back. You got a big picture of this right here. You got the WWE logo. Some glamour shots like we see on the side of the packaging of the traditional packaging of these figures. And then we got a little blurb up here. Let me read it and see what it says. Scale to the top of Rattlesnake Mountain. Step through the lava ropes and stomp a mud hole in any WWE Eternia superstar who thinks they've got what it takes. You better have 24-inch pythons, brother, because only the strong survive. Very cool. Hulk Hogan armed with atomic battle axe. Attach rattlesnake gauntlets to Stone Cold. Twist into powerful positions. So there it is. A very, very cool packaging. This is slam dunk packaging. I don't know if you could have got any better with this. I really do like this, especially compared to the old Grayskull packaging. But let's compare the packaging on the two rings first off. Alright, we'll do a quick comparison of the two rings in the package. As you guys know, I got two of each of these rings. So I got one in the package, one out of the package. This is the old ring. The one I talked about, Triple H, John Cena, Grayskull inspired. Very similar but different. I love the uniformity of the packaging on these two. I think that is a very, very cool touch. Very similar on the sides there. You put them together just like so. Tops like so. You get the point. You guys get the point. And then the back of the packaging on these, very similar once again. Same aesthetics with the display pieces over here, and you got the cool artwork and a little blurb at the top. So very cool, very awesome packaging uniformity. You know I love it. Love displaying these two together with my mint on card WWE Masters of the Universe figures. Now let's open up the Rattlesnake ring and we'll compare it to the open version of this one. Alright, now we're together with the Rattlesnake ring, and I think this ring is really cool. Really solid ring. Very similar to the past ring. We'll compare the two in a second here, but we'll talk about this one first. Very similar, but also different. You got a sticker that you put on in the middle, just like the other ring. The ropes are attached. You just very easily put them on. It's a far cry from my childhood days with my Hasbro and LJN ring, which you had to tie the ropes sometimes. A lot more intricate on those. These, they just easily clip in. The one thing that's interesting on these ropes, they're called lava ring ropes. They're supposed to, I guess, be lava. But they almost feel like a shoe, not a shoestring, but like, I don't know, like a Twizzler, like pull and peel Twizzlers. That's what it feels like. It's got that plasticky feel to it. It is plastic. It's not traditional ropes. One thing about that, I could see the old dreaded Jakks sticky disease turning its ugly head to this playset in 10, 15, 20 years, like we see with Jakks characters. It even is a little bit sticky right now. So very interesting. I like the thought process in that. It's something different, that is for sure. I love the gray ring rope, or the gray mat, I should say, is really cool against the purple. Great color combinations there. And then you got the sticker in the middle, of course. The ring does have a little bit of give to it, like we see with most Mattel basic rings in this day and age. Really cool throwback to Rattlesnake Mountain back in the day on the He-Man toys with the snakes up on the ring. I could see playing with my regular wrestlers in this if I was a kid, and having this as kind of like a specialty ring, like a special type match that you would settle, kind of like a steel cage match, something like that. That's what I would use this ring for as a kid, if I was still playing, and maybe I am. Maybe I'll play that later tonight. We'll see what happens. But the purple and gray really pop. I love the snakes here. Great detail on the snakes. I would have loved to seen a little color on the eyes, maybe like a yellow or something to really make these pop. An easy customization job somebody could do if they're inclined to do that. You got the peg stands on top of each one, so you can have the characters jumping off there if you want. You got kind of the stone brick on the sides. Very similar to, I think it's identical actually. The other one had grayish, kind of a grayish blue. This is a nice purple. There's the inside of the ring, nothing real special under there. But very, very cool. And then it comes with like a bit of a drawbridge, which is another callback, really cool callback back to the day of the Rattlesnake Mountain. As if you guys had that as a kid, there was the little like wooden ramp thing in the middle there that would, you could knock guys off of and stuff. But it's really cool. It goes on there just like so. A little entrance stage. I think that is pretty solid if you ask me. I think that is really, really cool. So there you go. That's the ring. We'll compare that here. We'll put this to the side. Now let's compare it to the traditional ring, the Gray Skull mountain ring. Very similar, but very different. Actually has regular ring ropes on here, but the turnbuckles, everything else is the same. The ring seems to be the same. The stickers are obviously different. The coloring is obviously different. But very cool. Very cool yin and yang. You got the He-Man hero ring. You got the villain ring. I like the rope difference. I wish these weren't as sticky, and I feel like they're going to get stickier over time. This one came with the drawbridge. This one, instead, comes with a like a park bench is what it looks like, but it's just a little like rings. I guess it's just ring steps, and you can hold some weapons on the side as well. So before they go into combat, you put your weapons on the side. We're not going to use those in the ring, guys. But all in all, very solid rings. I'm happy I have this. I do believe, I've heard they do stack up on top of each other very well. Like so, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Kind of. You can stack these, and that's probably what I'll do for saving space. Got to play with it a little bit more, but oh yeah, let me see. So these will fit right on there. You got to line them up, but they intertwine and they connect together. So you can have it almost, if you want, you can have a double ring on top of each other, just like so. But they do, if I could spend the time, they do. The little posts here connect to the top of this one, so that's a really cool feature that I think a lot of people maybe weren't aware of. It just takes some time in lining them up, getting them straight there. But very solid rings. Like these a lot. Obviously, this Gray Skull ring is out there in greater proportions because it came with that 2-pack we showed earlier, but it's also sold by itself. Very similar. This one not. This is not sold by itself. This was the only chance to get this, and like I said, a lot of people probably missed out on this ring. So we'll see. Check your big lots in the future. That might be the way to go. But we got to talk about the two figures, Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin. Plastic prison shots right there. There we go. See you later. All right, I'm going to dump them out. See you later. Goodbye. Uh-oh, Austin's arm fell out right out of the package. Luckily, these things are removable, playable, all that fun stuff. So we can pop that bad boy in. There you go. I don't know. We'll look at Austin first here. We'll look at his little snake arms. So one thing that is really cool is the mouth opens on these arms. That is awesome. I don't think we've seen these in the past. We haven't, actually. This is the first use of these. So Stone Cold gets to be the guinea pig with these. And it fits his rattlesnake persona. Obviously, he's got these two snakes on him. I think these might be cobras. I'm not sure if they're quite rattlesnakes, but we'll take these off. It's your typical Masters of the WWE Universe figures. You guys know them at this point, but it's cool to get an Austin. A lot of people love Stone Cold. Good head sculpt on him. Got cool little like scales on his tights. You got the rattlesnake vest, which I'm sure you could maybe, it'd be too big for a traditional wrestling figure. They even got the tattoo on his leg, which I think is a really nice touch, right on the thigh or calf there. Very cool. This Austin is very solid and a must-have. Unfortunately, very hard to get. But like I said, I do feel the future we will see this Austin in a regular release line. I don't think we'll see the black and red. I think we'll see the traditional silver, but we'll see a ton of reuse, I'm sure, out of this body. And it just makes sense. Getting into Hulk Hogan, the old Hulkster. If there was anybody that was ever made for the He-Man line, it'd have to be Hulk Hogan, if you ask me. He just fits the motto of He-Man, and back in the 80s they were running at the same time. So I can see this. Not the Hulk Hogan I really want. I'm not even sure what this is kind of based on. Kind of Battle Armor He-Man, I guess. You got the helmet. But it's a little different. It's kind of its own interpretation a little bit. You got the H on there, kind of like Hordak, but obviously it's not Hordak. He's a good guy. You can remove the shirt, and you can have just a straight-up Hulk Hogan in the yellow tights, yellow boots, red knee pads, if that's what you're looking for, or you can keep him in this. He does have that helmet on him, very reminiscent of that fist helmet he wore back in the day that everybody kind of jokes about. I think it would have been really cool if they would have given him the full-on fist on his helmet, but they didn't want to go that far. We did get the battle axe. We most recently saw this with, I believe, Roddy Piper. We've seen it with He-Man. We've seen it a few times. They get the reuse out of these weapons. They change the color, and bam, there's a new weapon for you. It doesn't seem to hold in his hand very well. I mean, you can get it in there, but it's a little loose in his hand. But Hulk Hogan, you gotta like this one. I think a lot of people are clamoring for this one. It's just a bit of a head scratcher, like I said earlier on in the video. I think it's weird to have Hogan and Austin in this pack. I think you should have had one or the other. Throw Seth Rollins or some other modern day character. Kind of make it a yin and yang of new and old. Just seems weird with two classic superstars like these two in here. But it is what it is. I do think we'll get these in the future. I think time will tell. I gotta think one of these will be in Series 7. So time will tell on those. But a very solid set, like I said, to recap and kind of finish it up. A very cool set. Definitely cooler than the first one. Just kind of sucks that not everybody has access to this one at this point in time. As easy as maybe the past rings. But we'll see what happens in the future. But you guys tell me in the comments, did you pick this up? Did you sleep on it? Are you looking for it? Tell me your thoughts on this one. Do you agree with my thoughts? The ropes are pretty cool. A little bit Twizzlery for me, but very cool set nonetheless. Definitely a must-have if you're a completionist of the Masters of WWE Universe set. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got videos every single day on the Masters of the Universe. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. BelowTheCollar.com for your very own See You Later t-shirt. And besides that, for the Rattlesnake Mountain ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.